Please.
Yeah. All right. Hey guys, I'm here with my friend Rachel. We did this once before. She did not do this live with me though, so I'm a little concerned for her. But we're gonna do our best.
It's okay.
Yeah.
How do we see people chat? How do we see comments?
I thought you knew how to do that. It's
I just found it. Hi everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting really good at this stuff.
No, I know, because you were on somebody else's once recently, and then you said something about the chats, and I was like, "Who taught her how to read the chats?"
I know.
I have to stop.
Right? Well, I just feel much better than on YouTube. That I can't at people when I'm on my phone, because I really felt like a moron for not being able to figure that out.
Nobody can.
I know, that's great. Like, to figure out that was like a I don't know, whatever, like a technical issue, not a Rachel issue, was really good news.
Yeah, I could have told you that though.
Well, you did. I didn't know that until you told me. So there you go.
Did you figure out how to reply to comments without starting a new one?
No.
Oh, okay. I guess we're still having that problem.
I think I have to reset my Instagram to do that, and I don't know my password. I think
you have to delete your account actually and just start over.
So no, I'm not going to do any of that. I can do it on the computer, but no. Look, it's still the over 40 crowd. Like, none of us have really mastered social media. And anyone who has, I'm incredibly proud of you, because that's not relate. True. Yeah. I know, because being over 40, it's just like, no, being over 40.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I'm glad that you got to stop by and talk to us before you go to state bar jail. You want to talk to me about that?
Yes. There's not a lot to talk about. Okay. I have been advised that a state bar complaint has been filed by Laura. I have no personal knowledge of whether one has or not. She has said she's filed one.
Oh,
and
okay.
Yeah. And, look, I have respect for the California State Bar. I will cooperate in the investigation if there is one. And, I'm going to let them do their work and kind of just, let that process play out.
Okay. No, I thought that you got like a notification or something. I didn't realize she just decided to tell you herself.
Oh no, she told Omar.
Oh, okay.
Then Omar told me. So that's how that's the information I have to date.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that something you usually announce to the people you're complaining about, or is this like a, hey, pay attention to me type of thing?
Look, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. And you and I talked about this beforehand. Do I want to not talk while this is happening? Sure. Do I want to kind of like stop speaking publicly because of this? No, I think that this is one of the things that Laura does to silence her critics. Yeah. And one of the ways to help silence them is to tell them she's doing these things. It wouldn't really work if she filed something privately and we didn't find out about it for a long time, or perhaps never found out about it. Right.
Well, they don't tell you if they just reject it, right?
So in California, my understanding from looking into it is that they make a preliminary determination whether they believe there is merit to the complaint. Sometimes you might not hear about it, and sometimes they'll reach out to you and ask for a response, formal or informal, initiate an investigation, et cetera, et cetera. So it seemed like they may take some complaints, review them, and just discard them without even telling the person. And yes, the person asking in the chat, yes, she said to Omar, I have filed bar complaints against you. Here they are. Yes, ice, no dice. I see ice, no dice. I like that. That's how we found out.
Yeah. I don't think her criminal lawyer is going to really have anything to do with bar complaints that she files in another state. I doubt that will have any contribution, but
I wouldn't imagine. No, I don't think that would have any bearing on anything in Arizona.
No. Well, she likes to, I'm thinking back to like her telling Greg, I'm going to file this lawsuit if you don't do this. I'm going to file this, this or that, or like, this, I'm totally going to sign off on this if you don't, respond within, I don't know how long. And then she waits 25 minutes and she like says something else, which is crazy.
Look, nobody, it's a threat. She knows that. Nobody wants to be in trouble with the state bar as a lawyer. That's not a good thing. It's like going to your boss, except even worse, because they ultimately, hold your fate as a lawyer in their hands. That doesn't scare me because I think they're a responsible body. But, I thought about it, and my initial reaction was, I'm in a better position, I feel like, than many of the people that she goes after, to defend myself. And so if I kind of say, forget it, I'm not going to talk like I otherwise would just because she's done this, it really doesn't give any hope to other people that she goes after. And that's really what all this is about, right? Yeah. It's about uniting a community to help victims. And so it really wouldn't be the right thing to do.
Yeah.
To help others to just say, you know what, I'm going to shut up now. So I've always been careful about what I say. I feel confident in everything I've said. So I'm not going to stop speaking out just because she's trying to intimidate me not to, you know, and the bar will do their investigation, and I'll respect that process and participate in it if they would like me to.
Well, I would like to think that you just never have to deal with her again, but I don't know what she's going to do with Mike. So
I would love that too. But at this point, people have dealt with so much worse that I feel like part of my contribution to the community is having to deal with her a little bit.
I don't know if that's how it should be, but probably, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's, look, if her doing these things was enough to have me say, Mike, I won't represent you, or I'm not going to contribute anymore to speaking out, then she wins. And that's the goal. And I don't want to let that happen.
Why did you jump in on Mike's case?
It's a good question. Yeah. I mean, it was inspired by Omar, right? Omar did it first. I was the tag along, but this is an area of the law in which I have expertise.
Sure. In
particular, domestic violence restraining orders in California. It's kind of a nuanced area of law, a niche area. I do a lot of it. So I have a lot of specific background in it. I also know how overwhelming the system is and how expensive it can be to fight these things. And I won't say how unfair it is, but how stacked against the accused it is right now. And so when I heard that Omar was going to do it, and obviously that Mike was going to be trying to defeat a request for a renewal, which is tremendously hard legally, you know, to me, this felt like the best way to use my skills to help somebody that I believe is being unfairly targeted and, you know, persecuted by an individual who's abusing the system. Yeah. So I felt like it was the best way I could kind of help this community and Mike in particular, because everything that I've seen, you know, about Mike's case from Mike had made it seem to me, and I still believe what happened to him was really horrible, really unfair. And without people helping, you know, and Omar took on the heavy lifting, no doubt. Yes, Bruce has been preparing since 1975.
Jesus.
It is. So this is something that I'm getting used to a little, is reading and talking, because I will tell you, side note, when I started on Hot Bench, we have an IFB in our ear, right? In case they need to tell us something. Okay. And, you know, it's all unscripted. So we talk, you know, we say what we want. We don't have scripts. We don't have teleprompters. They don't tell us what to say. But sometimes they need to give us background or direction or something. It was so hard to get used to speaking and listening at the same time. And I feel like this is my next challenge as an elderly lady, is trying to read.
Elderly.
No.
Dude, you're like 40.
I mean, in this, you know, right, with my young colleague, you, Lauren, here. And this is going to kind of be my new challenge, like reading and talking at the same time. But yeah, so I felt like this was the best way, you know, to kind of do some pro bono work. It's not all pro bono, because, you know, Mike has raised some money for legal fees, but we understand he's definitely not raised enough to pay all of the fees, and whether or not he'll ever be able to pay them is absolutely not certain. So I understood that there was a good chance that it was not going to be compensated, a lot of the work at the end of the day, because, you know, we could go after Mike for money that he doesn't have, but I wouldn't have signed up to do that. No. So, so that's kind of where it ended up. That's kind of what made me decide. And obviously having Omar being willing to take the laboring oar was a huge part. If it was someone that I didn't feel like I could confidently trust to lead the case and like kind of just assist, I wouldn't have been able to do it. But I knew that it was in good hands.
There's like a non-zero chance that you were going to have to kind of take over, right?
So at the very end, Laura had threatened to have Omar disqualified or to seek to have him disqualified.
That was like unlikely, I think, right? Or I don't know. I mean,
no, you're totally right. On the merits, if she had actually proceeded with a hearing and to get a result, I don't believe he would have been disqualified. I don't believe he did anything meriting disqualification.
Right.
But given what was going on, where it was delay, we didn't want any chance that this would get further delayed. So in the event that she raised this to the court, which she didn't end up doing, and said, I want to disqualify him, and I somehow needed...
Can you do that while you're under general anesthesia? I don't think so.
You know, Laura's done a lot of things I wouldn't think you could do. You know, we never knew, right?
I mean, it does seem like the behavior of someone who's on some stuff, but no, you know.
No, I know what you're saying. Look, we never knew when she might raise this with the court, right?
Yeah.
And if she did, we wanted to be able to say, you know what, we don't want a continuance. Yeah. We don't want time for this DQ motion. Rachel will just take over. There's no motion to disqualify her pending. I don't think she would have succeeded in a motion to disqualify, but we didn't want to have to wait if it ever came to that.
Yeah.
So, and if that had happened, it would have been tricky because really, I cannot say enough about how Omar was the guy on this one. I was like the kind of little assistant on the side. But this was all just kind of everybody pitching in, just trying to make sure that this got done, you know, and that we didn't have to continue to delay this for another 6 months.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Yeah.
Well, I know everyone was looking forward to you crossing Laura, but like, I'm kind of glad that you didn't have to do that. I mean, it sounded like, you know, you were sick for a long time, and it's just like, dude, that sucks so much.
I was super sick. Look, I was prepared to do it. I'm glad it didn't come to that because her not showing up was a guaranteed victory, right? Anything, you know, and this was kind of the tension always with everything moving forward. You know, this was, at the end of the day, Mike was the number one priority.
Sure. He
was the client. And Mike is so, you know, generous and giving and thoughtful of others. You know, he was taking into account all of everybody else's positions on, like, you know, we want to do this, we want to do this. But at the end of the day, just getting rid of this restraining order was the primary goal to help Mike.
Yeah.
Of this proceeding. So her not showing up and having a 0% chance of prevailing, as opposed to a 1% chance of prevailing, or 5 or 10 if she did show up, I'm happy to have that, even if I didn't get to do the cross-examination I was otherwise looking forward to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are the odds, like, she decides to go try to get a restraining order against him again? Does anything that happened before matter?
So yes and no. Yeah. Is the answer. I mean, the first thing is first, there's going to be an appeal. I believe. I don't know for sure, obviously. I believe, based on history, she's going to appeal this. So I think we're going to have to go through the appellate process now. If she goes to get another restraining order, everything that came before it will likely, and this is part of me not really knowing the behind the scenes of the sort of technical procedural, you know, things that go on in the courthouse in San Francisco. I think when they receive her initial application for a restraining order, if there is one, we don't know if there's one coming.
Sure.
I'm not sure that anybody knows about all the stuff that's happened before. I'm not sure anybody goes and looks to see, has this person filed other restraining orders? They're supposed to disclose it on the forms. And if she properly discloses the history of restraining orders with him, presumably somebody would look at that. Who knows if she will, and whether if she didn't, it would be deliberate or inadvertent.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it would matter all that much, depending on her allegations, for the initial issuance of a restraining order, a temporary restraining order to kind of get her to a hearing. Certainly, if it ever got to a hearing on a longer term restraining order, of course, all of this stuff would matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see lots of comments here that, like, prison won't stop her. I disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think that's the only thing that's going to stop her. People with, like, these kind of compulsions and shit, like, they can stop what they're doing. She's just choosing not to. Nobody's forcing her to, like, go see a therapist and stuff like that. You don't really have a choice when you're behind bars. And then I've seen people say like, well, she'll just, make complaints against the guards and shit like that. But people aren't going to take her seriously. You can take her to the nurse. They'll make her do a real pregnancy test. She doesn't have pocket HCG anymore. Okay. You can't get away with that anymore. You
think she'll stop though when she's not getting away with it?
I think if she gets out of prison, will not want to go back. So yes.
Okay. See, my thought is it feels like she stopped getting away with it at this point, pretty much. And she's definitely not stopping. So right. I actually kind of think she will file complaints, behind bars. And,
I don't think it'll matter.
Yeah. But so you're just saying she'll do it and then eventually it will actually get nowhere.
Reinforcing this idea that no matter how much you complain or resist, you cannot just get away with whatever you want anymore. Like you're not going to get the desired outcome. So yes, I think that in that way it is kind of like rehabilitative. So
I mean, wouldn't that's the ultimate?
It's supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, that's the ultimate
it's
goal,
not
right?
A lot of the time, though. Yeah, a lot of times it's just punitive, but no, for people like this, yeah, sure.
Interesting. Look, I don't know nearly as much about you as mental health, nearly as much as you do about mental health.
I don't know. I've heard you talk sometimes. I think you got a pretty good grasp.
I have a basic working understanding as someone who thinks therapy is a wonderful thing and has been in therapy for a long time. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. She consistently surprises me.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. I wait. Rachel needs to take off the rose-colored glasses. How come?
Huh?
I'm curious. I don't know.
I don't think you have rose-colored glasses. I'd say.
I mean, they're pretty like regular color. No, I'm just kidding. I actually think she won't stop. Is what I think. I don't think she's going to stop.
Well, I mean, so she gets out of prison. Say it's been like 10 years. She gets out of prison 10 years. Her parents are gone, pretty much. At least her father, who's been very sick for a while. They've been bankrupt. They don't have any money. She has nowhere to go. No real work experience in the real world. She has a record, and she's been all over the news. To the point you Google her name, it's like, oh, you're a psycho. What choice do you have other than to kind of try to take a different path? I feel like.
Yes, except, I mean, she could have stopped this before it got to prison. Like right. I feel like there was that choice. I don't know. Look, it's hard to get, and we don't know if she'll go to prison, obviously, but it feels to me like there have been, and I've said this before, she had outs, I feel like in the Clayton case.
Sure.
They may not have been ones that she liked, but even with Mike,
no.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're allowed. Lauren is trying to be on her best behavior for me. And I said, Lauren, it's okay. Like, we just need to not be like so over the top. But you don't have to like not be Lauren.
2 settings and you put me on 1. So we're just going to stick with that.
I can't let you on 2 right now. But no, I think that, where was I going with that? What were we just talking about? I just like, this is my a lady of a certain age loses her train of thought.
Oh, you lost me too.
With Mike, an out.
Right.
We said to her more than one time, mostly Omar, but I say we, like, the team said to her,
sure,
let's just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just walk away. And that seemed to me like a pretty good deal. It wasn't like, let's walk away and you have to pay all of the fees. Or let's walk away and we're going to reserve the right to sue you later. It was just like, let's all go home. Yeah. And nope, it wasn't, she couldn't take it and, or wouldn't do it. And so I just really have a hard time if we haven't gotten to a breaking point yet, I just don't know when it's going to come. Is that Omar?
Yeah, Laura hasn't locked anyone in a suitcase yet, so I think we're not quite there.
Yeah, no, we're not. Yeah, we're not there yet. Also, I don't actually look. I'm about to give Laura a compliment. I don't think we're ever going to get there with her.
No,
I don't think that's happening.
She's not like violent crazy. She's just crazy.
No, not violent. Not like no. It's no. It's obviously different, and I have to give everyone credit because I actually only very tangentially knew about Sarah Boone, but when it started coming up in the comparisons, I started looking into it, and man, that's another interesting one. Yeah. But I really don't think there's still any true crime out there with the rabbit holes in this case. And and I have to tell you, it has been so crazy to me once the second indictment came out with the Greg stuff. I'm like seeing, it was on when I was watching your live the other day, in between like reading my like, 3-year-old like books about like being a positive ninja and stuff, I'm like reading.
Positive ninja. What's a positive ninja?
Oh, Lauren, there's this whole like series about ninjas.
I think I missed that
like,
lesson. Positive
ninja, happy ninja. And they're all like these people that like, I wasn't very positive, but then I became positive and now I'm a positive ninja. Right, they're 3-year-old books. The fact that I'm seeing stuff that I haven't seen and that's still making me go, oh my God, is just like, it blows my mind. Because when I started digging into the Mike stuff to cross-examine her, I really thought it's not going to get any worse. This is literally the worst it could possibly. Like, I'm not going to see anything else that's going to make me go, holy crap. And then seeing some of these, like seeing the Joe Kotchett emails, seeing the emails about, that you guys were reading last night about from her to Greg, and hearing the audio recording. It was like, wow, there's actually more that blows my mind even more than what I've already heard.
Oh, poor
which
Bruce.
is just
I got that was so tiring. I was like, I'm leaving the room for a while. Good luck.
Yeah. And I'm reading Rebecca's comment about having the internet. I was talking to somebody, it was my best friend from law school, about this the other day. And we were kind of talking about how this might play out, and what if she's convicted, what a potential sentence might look like. And one of the things that we kind of got stuck on was, if any part of her sentence is a suspended sentence or parole or probation, I think there's a tremendous likelihood that it would come with, you're not allowed to go on the internet.
Mm-hmm. How common is like internet in prison now? I don't know these things. I
think there's internet access in prison. I mean, for specific reasons, and it's, in the library, and I don't think they just have like Wi-Fi, like, prisonwifi.com. But I don't know. I haven't been to a jail or a prison anytime recently. And when I did go to them, it was for clients, like to visit them, not to do time. But I don't know the answer to that. But we were kind of talking about how I can't imagine her having an easy time complying with you can't go on the internet. You can't have Adobe PDF software on your computer. You might not be able to even use a laptop, given some of the allegations in this case. Mm-hmm. And so, we were kind of talking about, maybe she'll get a certain type of sentence if she's convicted, but then the probation, parole, substitute sentence conditions are going to include things that she just won't accept. And we just kind of went down this whole rabbit hole. Yeah. She's very into the case now. And I mean, obviously she's one of my best friends. And so, it's, that's cool. Anyway, is that an impossible thing to do? How to check if someone is not going online? I got to imagine it's hard to enforce. Sure. I don't know the specifics, since I'm not a criminal attorney. I don't know what they do it. She'll find a new PDF editor. Right. I mean, believe it or not, some of these, conditions of probation and suspended sentences and parole and things like that, they get creative, and it makes sense, right? Because the ultimate goal is largely deterrence and rehabilitation, right? And an important aspect of both of those is stop using Adobe PDF modifiers, right? So yeah, it's interesting. Can Laura be mandated to therapy in prison? Lauren would know that better than I would. Lauren, do you know? Can they require you to attend therapy in prison? I don't know. Good question.
I don't know. I don't know if they can make you do it. I know they can make you do it outside of prison.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can make you do it in the jail. I don't know if they can actually force you to do that.
Yeah.
But that's a thing, that they have that. So
yeah, it also seems to me, I don't know, maybe you disagree, Lauren, but it seems to me like something that it's one of those things, if they're forcing you to do, how much value is it really going to be if you're not at least a little bought into the process?
It depends on how. I feel like at some point you give up after some time. You know what I mean? It's like, fine, I have to do this. Maybe it'll be fine. But if it's a couple months, no, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
But if it's years, then yeah, maybe. I mean, eventually you're going to well, I have to do this every day or whatever, and you're going to give up. So
yeah,
it's fine. I have someone to talk to at least, My pen pals aren't writing to me anymore. My fake boyfriend's left me.
So Henrietta says, this is a really good question we've been wondering. Are charges likely coming for an accomplice? Has the accomplice been named? Accomplice has not been named. I have been wondering the same thing too, because it feels like the world of potential accomplices has to be quite small and probably in the house, the casita. But I don't know. I mean, to have this huge indictment, additional indictment, you wonder kind of why would more trickle in? But you never know. I don't know the answer to that. So
I'm just behaving. It's
I know,
not like that,
Omar.
dude.
Omar, that's what I told her. I said we just have to be like not insane. And she was like, but I only have two modes, insane and not insane.
Well, that's absolutely true, though. I have some right here. Hang on. I have some caffeine. It's in my Bruce mug.
Wait, Bruce is your normal mode or Bruce is your insane mode?
No, Bruce is just here.
Oh, hi, Bruce. Is Bruce here?
Yeah.
Hi, Bruce.
This is just caffeine. But
I see.
No, it's kind of like when I went to see your show and you told me I'm not allowed to make faces. So I walked in there like, I can't act like I'm happy to see you right now because I'll just make a bunch of faces the entire time.
And by the way, Lauren came to see Hot Bench and she sat in the audience. And I mean, can I say like you just looked like you either were having like very, very painful kidney stones like at the time. And we're just like trying really hard to hide it. Or we're like trying very hard to stay awake.
Maybe a little both, man. I don't know.
I don't know.
But you told me not to make faces and like basically not to be like a gargoyle. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna let you down. I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna look like,
Well, so here's the background of that. Right. So, we have an audience. It's a paid audience for the most part for Hot Bench.
Dude,
but they let I know, right? You're still waiting for it.
Nobody paid me for my kidney stones.
But when we have friends, they can come and sit in the audience. And there was a piece on SNL. By the way, if anybody has not seen it, SNL parodied Hot Bench about a year and a half ago. It was called Big Bench.
I didn't know what it was, but I saw it at the time.
Well, that's terrible. Wait, you didn't know me when we did the Big Bench?
No, I've like told this story 1,000 times. Somebody asked me, we'll get to that after you finish.
Okay, we'll do it after that. Okay. Yeah. So it's actually one of the least funny SNL skits I've ever seen. It's not a funny skit at all. I don't think there have been many funny.
I think it was bad. I watched it again.
It was not funny.
I watched it again and I thought it was okay.
Okay, I will tell you, my 8-year-old daughter watches that, and now I'm going to get totally crucified by everybody in the comments because it's a little bit inappropriate for an 8-year-old to be watching. But she watches it like every day and thinks it's the funniest thing she's ever seen. But they did a parody of Hot Bench, which of course is like when we were like, yes, like SNL did a parody of us. We woke up that next morning. We were so excited. And we were saying that, oh yeah. So that's an aside. Watch it. Big Bench. It's on YouTube. It's called Big Bench. And they have they say, if you have one judge, 3 is better. But if you have 3, why not have 10? And if you have 10, why not have 18? And there's a dog judge and all this stuff. Anyway, there was also a piece. It was either SNL. I think it was not. I think it was John Oliver, where it was the segment where they say and now this, the John Oliver and now this segment, where it said the real star of Judge Mathis. And they did a whole segment of clips about the Judge Mathis show with this one audience member. And they were like, he's the actual star of Judge Mathis. And it's the audience member going and it's a 2-minute clip of the same guy making all these outrageous things. And everybody on our show was like, oh God, we cannot have that happen to us, which I don't really know why, but they were really worried about it. So everybody got really worried. So the audience doesn't make faces. The audience is supposed to stay they can smile or make a face. But I told Lauren you're not allowed to crack up or be very weird.
No tattoos showing, no emotions.
No tattoos showing. Yes. And by the way,
just don't be yourself.
I don't know when the cheeseburger skit was. Someone's saying SNL hasn't been funny since the cheeseburger skit, but I would say there is one. My favorite SNL skit is from the modern era. And I am telling you this because it relates to the Laura Owens case. It is the Brett Kavanaugh hearing skit where Matt Damon plays Brett Kavanaugh. Yeah. It is 10 times funnier. And I'm an old school, cowbell, all that stuff. I think it's hilarious.
Sure.
The Brett Kavanaugh skit is the funniest skit I've ever seen on SNL. And I think it's Neidigh Bryant who plays Rachel Mitchell.
Oh, yeah.
Because I assume you guys all know this, but Rachel Mitchell rose to fame as the female sex crimes prosecutor on the in the Brett Kavanaugh hearing, who the like old male Republicans kept saying like, okay, we hand it to her. Oh, no, we don't. We're going to talk over her. And that skit is so funny. And when I found out this was like the Rachel Mitchell was prosecuting and I saw her photo, I must have spent 2 days being like, how do I know this person? Where do I know her from? And when I figured it out, it was like gold, because I didn't even recognize her. I recognized Neidigh Bryant being her and like shuffling her papers. If you have not seen the Brett Kavanaugh skit, regardless of where your political allegiances lie, although I know probably if you're watching Lauren where most of you would lie, but regardless of where your political allegiances lie, it is the funniest skit ever. Matt Damon is so good. It's just so good. And yes, I love Christopher Walken too.
Oh.
Okay.
You're
sorry. Total aside. Wait, you were going to tell me your story about Big Bench.
No, not about Big Bench. You asked it. I didn't know you. No, I did not. People started asking me questions about you on Steve's podcast. I was like, I'm not going to listen to that. I'm not going to listen to that because I know everything about this already. I know best. I don't need to listen to this person. I'm such a dick, but
you are a dick.
I know,
okay,
but I did.
So is there like a good ending to this story? Like, and then you did watch it, and I was so wondering.
I mean, I did listen to it. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, fine.
Yeah, I'm going to sit here at my baby desk. Yes, this is. Yeah, and instead of calling me female prosecutor, you could just call me prosecutor. Oh, so good. I don't feel like Rachel Dratch should play me on SNL. Maybe.
I don't know who that is.
She's the weird looking one. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I mean, she's kind of weird looking, but I don't know who else it would be. I don't know any of the new people.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the new people. So, yeah. So you watched me do an interview on Steve.
Yeah.
And I was not so bad.
No, not so bad.
Okay, good.
Which was annoying because then I had to invest more time into that. So
I know.
I was like, I talk about this all night long, like for like almost every night this week. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to listen to someone else talk about it.
I know. It's a lot. And like my husband will say to me all the time, like, how are you watching this? Like, how are you watching another thing about this same thing? And I'm like, but no, this is Lauren's interview. And then this is Megan's interview. And this is Omar's interview. And he's like, again? You know?
Yeah.
But it's like, it really is. I mean, not only are you guys my friends now, but it really is, I think, all interesting. I do.
Yeah.
Sue me. Yeah, Tina Fey, thank you. That's kind of what I was thinking. I'm just going to say it. I was kind of thinking Tina Fey.
All right. I feel like you've put some thought into this before now, but it's fine.
So yes, is Hot Bench on cable or YouTube or somewhere else? So Hot Bench is probably on broadcast television. You can go to hotbench.tv, but also we have YouTube, and they put, I mean, if you ask the commenters on social media, it's very aggravating.
You're not supposed to read those.
They put like 2/3 of every episode on YouTube. And some people love that.
Parts.
What's that?
They do it in like 2 parts, which I think
they do 2 parts. They do like 2 5-minute clips, which is like 10 minutes. Yeah. And I think you're right, it's about half, because the actual, I think, content for an episode now in linear television is like 21 minutes or something. And the other 9 or something else. But yeah, so you can watch clips on YouTube, or you can watch it. It's on Paramount Plus by you. If you have Paramount Plus, it's on that as well.
I just use Fubo TV. I don't use cable. So
got it. Yeah, we have YouTube TV at my house because we have to have the Red Zone, NFL Red Zone, big deal in my house. So yeah, and YouTube TV is the only one that gets NFL Red Zone, or I don't know, my 10-year-old thinks it is. So we have yeah. So we have YouTube.
I don't know. I'll watch the Jags. That's about it. So.
Have you ever tried to watch NFL Red Zone?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. I mean, give it 5 minutes, Lauren, one day, and you're just going to like lose your mind. I did go to Harvard Westlake. Is this Maple Bear? Yes, I did go to Harvard Westlake while Jake Gyllenhaal was there. I also went to actually elementary school with Jake Gyllenhaal at the Center for Early Education.
Oh, dude, what?
But he was several years ahead of me. So I was actually in a play with Jake Gyllenhaal once. The Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Uh-huh.
I think I was like in kindergarten and he was like in 5th grade. And he was the Pharaoh. And these are like, like little K through 6 plays that really suck. And after that
it couldn't have been that bad. I mean, you had Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, I mean, like they're cute and endearing, but they're not supposed to be good. They're supposed to be like cute, like me singing off pitch, but I was the only one that could learn all the songs. So I got to be the lead part, like that kind of thing. Yeah. And I think I was in kindergarten and he was in 5th grade. And after that play, every parent in that audience was like, that guy's going to be a star, like absolute total star. And so I love those plays. I mean, I just watched one of them. I just watched my daughter in Annie, which was very entertaining because it was a bunch of kids trying to do like the New York accents. So like hearing each of the orphans try to like make fun of an adult saying like, you're going to clean like the Chrysler building, like you're going to clean this till it shines like the Chrysler building. Like these little like 8-year-olds trying to like mock somebody doing a New York accent. It was just like, oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, Campbell Hall. I knew a lot of your friends, Maple Bear. I'm pretty sure I might even know you. So yeah, JD went there. JD Washington went there. Around the time you did. Yeah. It's a, no. Is Rachel along with Jake's sister? No, Jake is older and Maggie is older. I am younger.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just reading all the comments. No, I grew up in Los Angeles, at a time, which is so funny that it all comes around full circle because never did I ever think I would do anything entertainment related. That was just total coincidence. So let's see. Are Rachel and Omar teaming up with Woody for the ultimate smack down of Mike's DVRO? I think we already smacked it down pretty much.
So who's Woody?
Oh, the ultimate smackdown. Maybe he means vacating the old one. I don't know. Yeah. What I'm wondering actually, and Lauren, you might know the answer to this, or folks in the comments might. I don't know exactly what the status is of Greg's DVRO.
I mean, she served him with it. So I guess
she got it renewed. Has there been like a hearing yet or anything?
No. Not to my knowledge.
So it's like pending.
I don't know. Wait, if he's served with it, does that mean it's in effect or?
I mean, it depends on what he was served with.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Bruce asks the question. If there are financial crimes versus these indictments, which would they want to prosecute first? I don't know. I mean, I don't think they would prosecute. So the big question now is, we were initially asked, are they going to prosecute the 2 cases together? Greg and Mike. My first answer, given how I read the specific press release, was no, because they were talking about, Clayton's trial and these are being, these new charges are being brought. But then they combine them into a single indictment, which obviously suggests they intend to try them together. So that'll be very interesting. And there will no doubt be a motion to sever the 2 cases. I don't know whether it will succeed. I don't know exactly what the standard is, but there's no chance this trial goes forward in January at this point, because the obvious thing that Laura's attorney will do is ask to have the cases separated, because I think, as I said earlier, it feels a little bit like, it's not the same, but it feels a little bit like trying someone for beating someone up on Wednesday and then beating someone else up on Friday. Kind of like, this is different because it's really clearly a fraudulent scheme. So I don't intend to suggest there isn't a basis to do them together. But if someone's facing prosecution for beating, Jenny up on Wednesday and Frank up on Friday.
What did Jenny do? Wow.
I know, right? Both of the cases are going to get stronger by virtue of the fact that now this is someone who just beats people up. I'm a retired DA investigator. Oh my gosh, you guys are the best. DA investigators are.
I can never
awesome.
tell when you're talking and when you're reading. So I'm like, what is she
Sorry.
on now? It's okay.
Am I just making you
Don't worry about
crazy?
it. No.
Okay,
Usually it's just
I'm
me.
looking at the bright orange one.
It's usually just me, and I'll read the thing and talk to people, and then I'll have like 40 people afterwards comment and be like, why can't you just pay attention? I'm sorry. I have the ADD too bad.
I mean, me too, but I've been dealing with it for long. Okay, can you put that orange one back up? Because it was a really interesting.
We'll put the orange one.
There we go. Hi.
Okay.
Okay. I specialize in complex cases.
Hang on. Let me. Oh no, that doesn't work for me. There we go. That's good.
Ah, that's a little too.
Wait, I'm gonna do something really not gonna like.
One lie away from freedom and has not yet found the light. Yeah, they'll make this go away. Prison will not separate. I agree. I really agree. I know Lauren thinks it might, but I don't think Lauren knows a thing.
What did Lauren say?
I think Lauren knows a lot.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know what we're talking about. So
we're talking about whether or not Laura is likely to be stopped by prison.
I still think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So, look, I don't think I feel like she's had way too many chances. And look, there's no doubt. This is the same conversation I was having with my best friend from law school about this case. Now that she's like super into it. There's no doubt, like, this is if it were me, being in even one iota of this amount of trouble, I would just like melt into a puddle, right? So it's hard to even try to get into her brain anyway, but it feels like there's been so many opportunities for her to just like call uncle, and she hasn't done it.
I don't think she's that complicated. I just think she's acting stupid, but
Sidebar. Ooh, I like this suggestion that when I read out a comment, I'm going to yell sidebar.
Oh no.
I like that idea.
Okay.
So that I don't drive Lauren crazy. Poor Lauren is like having to be at her best behavior.
I'm really trying here.
You're doing a great job. You could say you can have a pause and like get out all of your superseding indictment.
We're not gonna open that can of worms.
Omar says it's a superseding indictment. Omar in the chat, I'm curious if you think they will try to them together. I just don't know. Obviously they're going to try to try them together. Now imagine they're having to see all the people who have been mean to you. Okay, sorry. Now I feel like I'm getting distracted. It's bad.
You're fine. It's okay.
This is actually in my own head where I succeed, because I feel like I'm doing a great job of reading the comments and talking. But then I'm going to watch it back and be like, oh God, Rachel, you cannot do this.
Just don't watch it back. You'll be fine.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah, I stopped doing that a while ago. When Hot Bench first started airing, I watched every episode and took notes and was like, ooh, that, I got to be careful of this. I got to be careful of this.
No, it drive me crazy.
And yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I was pretty good about not reading online comments, but
how's that
actually
going?
The online comments was not reading online comments about Hot Bench is actually not as bad as I thought it would be, because the people that comment on our stuff tend to be focused on like, you're a moron. and for me, my insecurities do not lie in whether or not I know the law or whether or not I'm a moron. Like, that's one area in which like I feel okay. If people were talking about like, you're ugly, you're this, your voice is annoying, then I would be like absolutely melting.
None of that's
where my
true,
insecurities lie.
That's
right?
not a thing. There
have been a lot of comments about how annoying my voice is.
I'm not saying there's not comments. I'm just saying it's not true.
And
there's comments about everything. I get all kinds of comments. I'm Rosie O'Donnell. I'm a linebacker. You know what I mean? Like,
people are way too nice to me. The facts. Okay, because of fraudulent schemes, the facts are too connected, right? So the reason why they would want to try them together is because they're saying it's like one big long fraud. And but the problem is, this goes into the sort of like the whole legal concept of character evidence. What the law doesn't want us to do is say Lauren is a bad person, or Lauren likes to do bad things, and therefore she did this bad thing, right? They want us to judge the facts for the facts in an individual case. And so the danger is, if we hear allegations that Laura has done this 6 times, it's going to seem much more likely that she just did it all because that's the kind of person she is and that's the kind of stuff she does.
That's true, though. I know that it's not.
I mean, so here's the problem. And this is why this is why there's so much controversy about
the
character evidence. It kind of makes sense, right? Like, yeah, you do this because you're the kind of person who does it. And that's why there's so many exceptions, right? You can't introduce things just to show that someone is the kind of person who would do this, but you can introduce things to show, oh, this is their modus operandi, or, oh, this is part of an ongoing scheme, or, oh, they had a motive to do this. It's the most complicated area, I think, of evidence law.
Oh, what's the fucking difference? I'm sorry.
It's also my favorite. And Lauren, you're going to nail this on the bar exam.
I think we're about 5 years off from that.
Well, you have to promise when you decide to take the bar exam that I can teach you evidence, because it's like the thing that I know way better than any human should. And it's from mock trial in high school, because, that was how you distinguished yourself when you were doing a fake trial and like performing it and being judged, is if you knew every single freaking rule of evidence. You just sounded smarter than everybody else, right? Is it more prejudicial than probative? Big farts, right?
Oh, that's the person who sent me the letter in the mail.
That's actually not the standard. Ha ha ha. It is whether it is substantially more prejudicial, and it has to be unfair prejudice, right? These are why I say, like, I'm a huge evidence nerd. And prejudicial versus probative is everything is prejudicial. All good evidence is prejudicial, right? Because it prejudices you against people. It's whether it's unfairly prejudicial.
I got your letter.
I could do a whole, maybe that's what I'll make my YouTube channel. Legal evidence.
Were you still working on a name?
No. Oh. I mean, at some point I will do that.
I'm not letting go of that.
You guys work every time I'm like, you know what? I should try YouTube. You guys work so hard and do so much. I couldn't do it.
No, it's just like I was like, I really don't want to listen to you talk to Steve at first. And now I'm like, I need to listen to you talk more. So I need you to start broadcasting your thoughts.
Me? Yeah. I'm trying to get Steve to let me on his sports podcast.
I don't know if I would listen to that per se, but I would.
Oh, yeah, why?
I would think about it. I'm not that into listening to sports stuff.
Because everybody here should know, notwithstanding the advice I got from Omar.
Yeah, and I still don't totally
another
understand.
Individual lurking in the chat. I
think you probably just call him by
I am still alive in the $18 million Las Vegas Circus Survivor football.
She said she would give me $3. So
I thought we'd agreed on I thought you said 59, and then I said 12, and then you said 69. Well, no.
Yeah, I was banking on you not remembering that.
Yeah. Omar, you did not say Seattle. You said Panthers. Omar, don't even. You told me to take everybody told me to take the Panthers, and then Steve convinced me to take the Seahawks. So he gets credit for that. Anyway, I'm still alive in the contest. Steve is not. A lot of other people are not. And so I'm trying to get him to let me on his sports gambling podcast, and he absolutely will not.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, sure, you ask, he gives you a reason. What's the reason?
The reason is no, because I said so. I mean, right? And I'm like, when am I going to get credit for 95% of the people who entered that contest are out, and I'm still in. And Steve was out weeks ago. And Steve knows way more than I do about all this stuff. But I'm like, when am I going to get some credit? And he's like, when you win. Yeah, thanks. Omar, yes, Bruce and Omar were leaning on the Panthers. That is what happened. So anyway, where were we going with that? So I'm trying to figure out what would I do? And I just, every time I go back to I should do some YouTube, I remember how much you got, you guys work so hard at this. I couldn't do it.
You don't have to be a psycho though. I do that on purpose. You don't have to do it all the time.
But don't most of you do it? I mean, I know Omar kind of took a break for a while, but I don't know. Most of you do it multiple times a day.
I
guess that's my sample, right?
Well, that's Dave will do it twice a day, but that's his whole job. You know what I mean? So that's a little different. I don't know. But
you put everybody to shame because you managed to do it more than once a day usually, don't you? Or just
my life expectancy at this point is 60. So
I know.
I don't. That's something that you want.
For you, it's going to be the YouTubing. For me, it's going to be like getting through Sunday football every day now that I'm in this contest every Sunday,
Okay.
which has taken 20 years off my life. It's taken 20 years off my life. And so we're both going to like at, 50 years old, just kaput.
Whoa,
so
we're way too close to that.
I'm way too close to it. You're not. I'm curious what will happen next week. Oh, sidebar. I'm curious what will happen next week at LO's next status conference. Will they be talking at that time about combining the charges? I'm sure that will come up. Are they intending to try them together? And I'm sure they will say yes, because they combine them into a single indictment. And then they'll probably ask, are they going to file a motion to sever the charges? And I'm sure they'll say yes. Texas Proud says, I think Laura isn't liking her criminal case hanging, so she wants to silence you. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I think, and this is why I considered for just a moment, like, I don't want to talk about anything related to this case while all this nonsense is pending. But if she can silence me, then I think that's a bad sign. And I think it doesn't give a lot of other people hope to speak out. So I think that's exactly why she's doing it. And I don't want her to win. And if that means that, that I have to engage in an investigation with the California State Bar, I'm willing to do it. I feel comfortable, and I'm careful about what I say and how I conduct myself. I always have been. And so
I can't imagine you're in any danger.
Willing to do that. Well, look, I don't even want to speculate on it. We have a great bar here. They'll do their work, and I will participate with them if I need to. Learning how to deal with stupid comments. That I'm good with that. I'm on a show that 2 million people a day see.
I was having like a bi-weekly crash out for like 4 months. It was so bad. Because I'd never gotten so much attention in my life, and it was miserable. Yeah. I'm okay now, but it was pretty bad for a few months. And then Omar, of course, and I will do joint stuff, and he's modded me on his as well. So I would get mad at the comments on his channel, and I would just.
What does modded mean? I know it means made a moderator, but what do you actually get to do as a moderator?
You can delete stuff or mute people and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
You could do that here now, but don't.
What do you mean? Well, is that what the little wrench by my name
means? You asked me why you didn't have a special sticker, and I was like, here. Don't do anything with it.
Omar was swinging Lauren back to our team. Then Rachel came along. Is that a sexual reference?
Ew. Or is that like suck. Yes. Ew. No.
Ban me, Rachel. I'm banning Bruce. Bruce, who should I take this week in my pool?
Please don't ban Bruce.
I've already made my election for this week. I'm taking the Patriots. I have them available, thank goodness.
Yeah, so he says ew too. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
No, but gross on both ends. These people are like my family. I don't fucking look at you like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Lauren likes to call me like her mother.
It was one time. It was one time, and I was panicking. Okay, so I don't know.
Gemma says I should take Manchester United. That would actually be a good. If I could take them, I totally would. Yeah, Patriots are a good pick. I know. I'm very lucky. I have them available. So as I'm always told by the people that know more than me, it doesn't mean it's an easy week. It just means it's an easy choice. Doesn't mean I'm going to win. It just means I have an easy choice this week. Here's a good question from the chat. What is the over-under for a new criminal attorney before it goes to trial? It's a really good question. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know. I think to me that there's a couple of issues. Number one, it's going to get a lot more expensive if there's 2 trials. Clearly, a lot of statements have been made to the effect of her and her lawyer her and her family not having money anymore. Also, the publicity isn't, I think it would be fair to say her criminal defense attorney right now does not shy away from public speaking, which is not a negative or positive comment, but he doesn't dislike cases that would bring him into the public, but this does not seem like one that would, I don't know, reflect positively. So it's that and the money. It's going to be so expensive, and I don't know. That's a good question. And here's another good question. What's the over-under on Jan throwing LO under the bus if she becomes the named accomplice and is charged herself? I
don't think Jan would do very well in prison.
From what I have seen, my completely uninformed speculation is that Jan would throw her under the bus faster than she could kick her under the bus.
Sure. Well, look at what she did to her brother. I mean,
what's that?
Look at what she did to her brother. You don't know about it.
No, I don't. Oh God. See, I'm still finding out more stuff. What'd she do to the brother?
Well, they're all in this bankruptcy shit now, and so like all this stuff is coming out from the
press.
Oh, Tim usually explains it to me, but she like borrowed a fuck ton of money from him and was like saying all this stuff about lawsuits and stuff she's going to pay him back, and just kept taking money and never gave it back.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Bruce the Moose.
That's not somebody who's like ultimately that family oriented when it comes to a crisis. Sorry, but she's gonna roll over. No,
look, it is. Someone asked earlier if I thought Laura was going to insist on testifying.
Yes.
You think so? I don't.
Yeah, and I can hear myself coming from your room, by the way. I think.
I don't think she's going to insist on testifying. I think if she was going to insist on testifying, she would have shown up to the hearing.
No, dude. She can't just not show up to the criminal trial. Eventually they'll throw her in jail, right? Different.
Yeah, I mean, she'd have to get permission to not be there.
Right. That's not going to happen. And I don't know. Like, look at what she's still saying, even to Daily Mail, like on the, she's not supposed to be giving interviews, but she did give the statement, I'm innocent. You know what I mean? Like
I didn't even know that. Did she really? Yeah, okay, everyone disagrees with me. Okay, I take it. Look, I say you guys know more about her than I do. You guys know more about her than I do. You know more about this case than I do.
This is the part where I'm being on my best behavior right now. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Why?
I can't say that.
Yes, there will be a jury. It will be a jury if it goes to trial. I mean, she's entitled. Let me correct that. She's entitled to a jury. Now I'm like rural juror. She's entitled to a jury. I suppose it's theoretically possible both sides could agree to have a bench trial. I don't think that would happen though. Interesting. I mean, look, if this goes to trial, I really hope she testifies. And by the way, I think it will go to trial because I just don't see.
I'm innocent, but I'm not allowed to give statements. So talk to my mom.
Yeah.
That's what just happened. I'm dancing instead of saying bad words.
Oh, okay. Okay, now it's starting to get funny.
We're nearing the end of my good behavior. I have to stop.
Okay. Look, here's the bottom line. I have so appreciate you being on good behavior for me. I'm good. Like you can be Lauren, funny Lauren.
Nope.
Just not insane.
I'm hot bench Lauren.
Hot bench. You're not hot bench Lauren. It's gargoyle Lauren. We got to figure out when your episodes are coming.
I'm glad that's the thing now.
we gotta find out when your episodes come out because we're gonna have to like do little. You know me. You know how much I love my like little like highlighter circular thingy on social media. I'm gonna circle you in that highlighter and write in like text that doesn't really align properly. Yeah. I got that. See, that's totally fine. I'm just a simple country lawyer. I am a simple country lawyer. I love being folksy. That's what we always tried to be in mock trial, folksy. So
you guys need to shut up. Sorry, I'm reading everyone's.
So when we see you, Lauren, for people that don't know, we also just had a really wonderful moment for Hot Bench after winning an Emmy.
Oh.
Immediately after winning an Emmy, it came out that like Roy Wood Jr., who is like one of the most lovely humans alive, was on Jimmy Kimmel, and his like segment on Jimmy Kimmel was about how he was in the audience of Hot Bench and went viral for it. So my goal is to make, Robin is sweet.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I was like, I don't want to listen to this lady talk, and I'm like, I just want to listen to this lady talk.
Oh, you guys.
Yeah.
I love the true crime stuff. I do. I love the true crime stuff. I'll take suggestions. I just need to learn how to. This is harder than it looks. I know that now. Anyway, so my goal is to make you go viral, Lauren, when you're on Hot Bench, just like Roy Wood Jr. did.
I look like I don't know. When you catch me in the camera and headlights and stuff like that, like pale, like penguin face. I don't know, like what else to tell you. It's gonna be bad.
I gotta ask them. I gotta figure out when it was.
I know how it's gonna look. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I would do it again anyways, but like, still.
I mean, so did you think it was? So how did you feel like sitting in the audience of Hot Bench went?
Like I didn't want to do anything to make the camera thing bad. You know what I mean? So like, I don't want to mess up the shot. So I was like, I'm gonna just not breathe. It's fine. True
crime and parenting, where Rachel has to mock trial mediate children's problems. Oh, Angelfish, don't joke. I've thought about that. Try to make a TV show of like children versus parents in court and stuff like that. Nobody wants to make any of the shows I want to make. But I've thought about that. Hot Bench Wench. Oh, I like that. What happens if she pleads guilty? Asks Elaine. I mean, if she pleads guilty at this point, she would have to take jail time, I think. I don't think they'd let her plead guilty without any jail time. I don't think it would happen. Yeah. It would be a much more favorable sentence. But
was Lauren wearing a dress? Was I having a stroke? No. Sorry. Oh shit. Oh, what? Word. Okay. Anyways, sorry. Bad.
Oh my God, wait, you really thought you couldn't say shit?
I don't know. I don't
wait,
know.
What's the shit?
Sorry. I said that if Mike's fundraiser got to $45,000, I would put on a dress for one of these.
Oh.
I have to buy one. I don't have one. My mom was watching and she was like, Lauren, I have one of your dresses at the house. I'm like, yeah, I'm not 17. It's not going to fit.
Oh my God. I'm sending Lauren a dress. I'm getting you a dress.
Do not send me a dress.
I'm getting you a dress. I'm getting you a dress.
What else do I have to do?
I have all my Emmy dresses that I couldn't wear because I didn't get to go.
Yeah, I'm not. No, I'm not even going to attempt that. And also there was this, like, my mom started showing these old pictures. I was like, okay, well, if you like do, I can't remember what they were supposed to do, and they did. I have to like show them the book of these fucking modeling camp pictures that my mom made me do. I can't find it. It's around here somewhere.
Are they like the puffy like 80s dresses? You're not that old though. Yeah.
No, it's like outdoor bathrobe modeling.
Oh, outdoor bathrobe. I mean, I've heard of some
child abuse.
Like outdoor
child abuse.
Oh, Lauren. I bet it was adorable. Pets making messes. If their owners don't have video evidence of the pet actively making the messes, and the pet innocent.
Wait.
Okay, Jennifer, don't joke because
stop it. Stop it. I'm sorry. We're both being really ADD right now. I need to.
I'm sorry.
I need to get through some of these.
Oh, please do. January was the tilted lawyer versus the jilted liar. I like that.
Okay, then. Yeah. Can they take Clayton's fees from commissary?
I don't joke about that. I think there is. I mean, I know you weren't joking. I know you were asking. I think there is a way.
I thought it was a fucking joke, but all right.
That they can do that. No. I think there is. I think if they owe restitution to victims, I think there's a way to take those from commissary.
She's like a really serious answer to that question. I would just want to say like no and moved on. I'm trying to get through these so fast, and you're like, oh. Fuck.
No. I'm all with you. Let's do them.
No.
Google said you can have tablets in prison, not open internet, but depending on state. I'm sure, by the way, the last part of that is the right part. It's totally dependent on state and facility. I guarantee it.
I don't play my guitar for people, but I will play it when I'm not here.
Oh.
I prefer watching bonkers cases like this and What the Hells. I don't follow What the Hells. It got too crazy.
Megan is trying. So I will tell everybody, Megan is trying to get me caught up on What the Hells.
Yeah.
And no, I feel like it's 20 times harder to get caught up on than this case. But when I first heard about it, it was when we were in Las Vegas for Steve's birthday party. And we both had a lot to drink. And we went and got some pizza.
Can't relate.
Yeah, I know. We went and got some pizza at like 2:30 in the morning. We had just met each other. We were like, like Insta best buds.
I got a video of you that night. That was interesting.
I know what video you're talking about. It was not that interesting. It was way oversold.
You. That was interesting. Okay.
But anyway, so we were like sitting eating pizza, and she told me about What the Hells. And I did not understand at the time, retain afterwards anything she was saying. And I was too embarrassed to tell her for like months. So I was like, oh yeah, that case you told me all about. And then finally, like 2 weeks ago, I was like, Megan, I did not remember a single thing you told me.
7 sub cases have popped up since then, I'm sure.
Right. And so she sent me some videos to catch up on to get into it. And I'm about halfway through them. I'm already lost. So I like went back to the beginning and started watching again.
Not for me. I
find it way harder to follow than this case, but I don't know if that's because I'm in this case or if it's because it's actually harder.
No,
to follow.
that shit's way crazier. No, I was supposed to go film because they had something in this state case here in Florida, and so I was supposed to go film one of those kind of spin-off trials, right? And then they they kept pushing it back. I don't know what happened, and I never went. So, and then after that, I just stopped trying.
Yeah, it's so hard. Like even just watching her like TLDRs, I'm like, okay, I gotta go back and watch that again, right? Like I was at a water polo tournament this weekend, which is where I always am on the weekends, as you know. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of downtime. I still can't. I still I get 20 minutes in and then get confused again and then go back to the beginning.
Okay, this is the last one we have to do, and then you can talk about whatever.
That's so sweet. Adorable. Yeah, she's cute.
She's all right.
Not a lot of people in my life tell me that. I have 3 annoying children, so they're wonderful children. They're wonderful children. They're wonderful children. I love them so much.
Okay. Anyways, you're free to say whatever you were going to talk about before that.
What was I going to say? I don't even remember. No, I'm saying I'm trying to get into what the hails.
No. Before that, something. But then I stopped you because I was like, we're too ADD and I have to finish these.
No, keep going.
No, we did. We finished.
Oh, we did. Okay. Yeah. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right.
My kids. How old are my kids? My kids are 10, 8, and 3. So I am in it. With them. Yeah. So Bruce, I'm seeing all your suggestions. I'm not loving them, Bruce. But then when I came up with ideas that I thought were good, Laura was like, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever
heard." You put this in the fucking chat.
And even Omar, even Omar, who's very politic, at least when it comes to me, is like, "Yeah, I would try to find something better." Oh, this is a good question. Hold on, Brittany has a great question. What is the best episode of Hot Bench? The best episode. Okay, the best.
I like the one where you slam the table and scream at the man.
I slammed a table and screamed at someone?
You did, and I made a meme out of it, but I only sent it to you. So
I will tell you the episode that was the submission for our Emmy win.
Oh.
Which I think is one of our best episodes. And that is the case of Bun Bun the Bunny. And it is the ultimate Karen who took her dog to a dog park and it jumped over the fence and into someone's backyard and almost killed this adorable little 10-year-old's bunny. And this woman came in and was like, well, it's their fault for having a bunny. And it's their fault for not having another fence. And then sweet little 10-year-old owner of Bun Bun came in and he testified. The most adorable kid ever. And he came up and testified and he's like, ma'am, how would you feel if a dog tried to hurt your bunny? And she's like, can't you keep up? I don't have a bunny. It's one of those cases that makes people think our show is scripted because who behaves this way?
Oh no, dude. I didn't see that one.
These people are all real. They're all real litigants. They're not scripted at all. They all have real cases with the blonde woman. Yes. That's a very good one. It's just it has everything. My personal favorite case, which to me shows you the insanity of Hot Bench, is a case where there was a young man who was on a community bowling team. And there was an older woman on his bowling team who became homeless. And he told her that she could move into his trailer on his property. So she would have a place to stay. Yes, justice for Bun Bun, for sure. So he told this woman who he didn't really know, they were on a community bowling team, that she could come live in this trailer for a while she looked for a place. And this didn't go well, as one can imagine, right? And after a little while, the woman claimed that he and the girlfriend started to get annoyed with her. So she decided she was just going to leave and go somewhere else. So instead of just leaving, she decided she wanted to drive the trailer, somewhere to drop all her stuff up and then drive it back. So she hitched it up to something. And they get one block, the hitch was broken, and the trailer goes flying off the side of a cliff, totally wrecked. Everything in it is destroyed. Okay? So you might think this poor man, whose trailer was destroyed, he had to sue this woman. Oh no, She sued him for having a trailer that she was tricked into thinking could be driven and not telling her not to take it anywhere. And when she did, it ruined the $5 worth of items that she had in it. So even though she totally ruined this guy's trailer, totally, I mean, literally, it wasn't a nice trailer, but it was like an RV that was now ruined. She sued him for the value of her belongings and emotional distress. And this poor guy did not even countersue her for ruining his trailer. He just wanted her to go away. And she came in, and after like an hour and a half, because the cases take like an hour to film, she still did not understand why she wasn't entitled to $5,000 for the emotional distress she suffered of losing all of her items. I think that's the craziest case we've ever had. And that's actually what I use to tell people, like, that's how you know this actually isn't scripted, because nobody could come up with that shit. Nobody could invent something that insane. I like that.
Bench me, baby. Bruce, go to time.
Bench me, baby. No, thank you.
Go to the. You're going to the corner.
Answer to Clayton's idea to make her a vexatious litigant. We're not there yet. I think you have to be so vexatious litigants. We're back to Laura. Sorry, Lauren. ADD. We're back to Laura Owens.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think to have vexatious litigants, you have to have filed a lot more cases than this.
What if I told you I like really had to pee and you can
go pee? I'll handle. Lauren, I'm not
gonna do a Bruce on you where I like leave you for 20 minutes. I'll be right back. I swear.
That's fine.
I have to go.
Oh, Brittany asks, can you enforce whatever you decide? So we actually issue an order, and enforcement is a little tricky because we're technically an arbitration panel on Hot Bench. So we make a decision. The litigants have signed a contract to abide by our decision, and their case is dismissed in court because it's resolved by the arbitration panel. But enforcement becomes tricky. If there's a specific provision in the order we make, like that somebody has to return something to somebody, enforcement can be tricky because it's an arbitration award, not a court order. But it's binding. It's binding arbitration. We are all entitled to fees for emotional distress, says Jane. I agree. I say that to litigants on the show a lot when they think that they're entitled to emotional distress damages for dumb things. I say, if it was that easy to get emotional distress, yeah, I'd have a lot of money. I'd be rich. Let's see. Henrietta says, will Gingras ever get in trouble for helping LO perjure herself? Well, I don't know that he helped her perjure herself. So I can't even... can't even really go there. In order for anything like that to happen, it'd have to get very far. There's all sorts of issues like attorney-client privilege and things like that. Lisa says, has that episode aired yet? That's crazy. Yeah, it aired a year or two ago. I'll try to go back and find it. Okay, Scorpion says, I missed your thoughts on whether the case will get severed with Laura Owens' cases. I think you're asking whether or not the two cases are going to get tried together. I don't know. They're going to try. Laura will try to sever them. Thank you, Lauren. Yes. Wait, hold on. This is a very important comment. MDDVTV says, I was an actor who was hired to play a defendant on a court show. Yes. The vast majority of court shows right now are scripted. The only ones left that are unscripted that I'm aware of are Us and Judy Justice, which is Judy's new show on Amazon. Judy's Our Boss. And it's not actively filming right now. So there's also another show that's been on Amazon, but it's not actively filming either. That's kind of like Hot Bench called Tribunal Justice. All the other shows that are on right now, the New People's Court, scripted. Judge Mathis's new show, scripted. So yes, a lot of court shows are scripted right now. We are, so far as I know, Judge Judy, not scripted. Judge Judy's actually our boss. I know firsthand. I know Judy. I love her as a human being. She's wonderful. What is she like in real life? So wonderful. She's tough. But she's not, she's not as scary as I would be terrified to appear in front of her. She's tough in real life, but she's nice and she's kind. She's wonderful. She's such a great human. She's so smart. I can't say enough good things about her. I don't have a single bad thing to say about Judy. I think she's absolutely fantastic. I don't know her very well, but I've met her because of the show, and she's our boss. Technically, she founded my show. She's wonderful as a businesswoman, as a human, as a grandmother, as a mother. She's fantastic. Let's see. I'm trying to look at more of these. I'm trying to scroll up. Lauren, this is a long time to be in the bathroom.
Dude, I'm sorry. I've been back for like 2 minutes, but this summary judgment stuff just started coming out.
Oh,
really? Tomorrow, so I'm not going to fuck with that right now, though.
Oh, wait a minute. A virtual tourist is asking a question. Settle a bet. Judge Judy pays each litigant $5,000, and the payment to successful plaintiffs comes from the defendant's fee. Correct? Incorrect. That is not how it works.
Don't you just give the money?
The litigants that it's a little bit different on all cases, but no, they're not each paid money, and it comes from other places. That's not how it happens. They get an appearance fee, and then the arrangement is different. There's a lot of information out there about it. You can find it, but that is not how it works. So
I was paid in chicken nuggets. So
yes, we do that a lot. Brittany asks, can you survive solely off of your hot bench salary? In Los Angeles with children in private school, I have to do other things. I'll just leave it at that. But I love hot bench. I love what I do. So yeah, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's ready. Yes, look, Judge Judy is the absolute.
I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't realize.
Judge Judy is the absolute goat. There will never be anyone like her.
What do you film like 6 months out of a year?
Five or six. Yeah, we film between March. Yeah, now we do. So it all changed.
Yeah.
We used to film in Los Angeles, which is where I live, which was pretty easy. I just went down to Sunset Bronson Studios. Last year, they moved our filming to Connecticut, to Stamford, Connecticut, which is, we're in the place where they also filmed the Steve Wilkos show. If any of you ever watched Jerry Springer, Steve was his bodyguard. They went, Steve. He now has his own talk show, which I had no idea. And not only does he have his own talk show, it's in like year 19 or something. It's insane. It's been on forever. Huh. So they have a studio there. They film him. They film Karamo there. And the reason for Connecticut is they have tax breaks, tax incentives to bring filming to Connecticut that they do not. Governor Newsom curtailed tax incentives for unscripted shows. So we went to Connecticut to film this past year, which was my 4th year, and we're going to do it again. So we film between March and August every other week. So I go back and forth. Mm-hmm. It's been challenging, to say the least. Are my parents lawyers, says Maple Bear. Yes, both of them were lawyers. I wanted to be a lawyer ever since I was like 5 or 6. People used to think there was something really wrong in my house because I would say, I want to be an attorney when I grew up and I was like 6.
Dude, I wanted to be Tarzan.
No, I wanted to be, and for a while I wanted to be a sports broadcaster, but I guess I pronounced it wrong, so people thought I wanted
you
to be
could like still do something like that if Steve would let you on his podcast.
Which was awkward. What's that?
Said Steve should let you on his podcast. It's kind of close, right?
We're in Stamford. It's Stamford Studios, Chris. It's Stamford Studios. I wish I could remember what street it's on. I don't, but it's called Stamford Studios. It's the big one right there with like pictures of like, Jerry Springer and Maury Povich used to film there on it. You can't miss it. Can I get audited could someone get audited by the tax authority if it's unscripted? Our show's done by CBS, so I'm sure they're all buttoned up in terms of how they run all of that. Positive. Anyway, so it is challenging, I will say, to go back and forth, but it's. I've actually been loving filming in Connecticut because of the litigants. We thought that the litigants would get less interesting on the East Coast because, all the people out here are like really, LA and everything. They're better. They're way more interesting and way weirder and way way more engaging. I shouldn't even say, it's not even weirder. They're way more interesting, way more outspoken, way more engaging than we ever could have expected. So we love it.
You need to come work in the ER.
Oh, I don't think so.
Just saying.
How did you get the hot bench gig? Great question. My normal job, which is becoming less and less, is a divorce lawyer. And one of my clients suggested they call me. So when they were looking for a new judge on hot bench, my client said to the executive producer, actually a couple of my clients, I think, said something, you should call my divorce lawyer. She'd be an absolute riot. And I got a phone call from an executive producer while I was at home recovering from my third C-section. Little known fact about me, I have enormous babies. My son was 12. Do you not know this, Lauren? My son was 12 pounds, 1 ounce.
How would I know that?
because most people know this about me because it comes up at some point.
Did not come up, guys.
My oldest child was 12 pounds, 1 ounce, 24 and a half inches long at birth.
That's all right.
And then my daughter, who was early, was 9 pounds, 15 ounces. And then my third, who was quite early, was 9 pounds, 14 ounces. So I was recovering from my third pregnancy when they called me, and I had to audition. And as anybody who has, been through a pregnancy, had a loved one go through a pregnancy, you still look pregnant like 3 weeks after you've given birth. Like people will be like, you're 6 months pregnant, or at least I did. Everybody recovers differently. I still looked pregnant. So I kind of wobbled in, still looking like I was having a baby. I was like, I already had the baby. It's just, this is still here, So I started filming actually when I was 7 weeks, I think, postpartum for the show, 8 weeks postpartum.
Somebody wants to know how tall your husband is.
And how tall is my husband? 5'11", not even. So I'm 5'7". But we just have big babies in my family. I was big. And my oldest son is actually going to be quite tall. I'm 5'7". I'm taller for a woman than my husband is.
You might be like,
for a man.
You probably about my height, maybe a little bit taller.
Yeah. And I'm the shortest woman in my family. They're 5'9" and 5'10". Oh. So the height comes from around. Sure. And so I will say that, yes, so you can see a noticeable difference between how I looked when I filmed it first, and then after about a year to recover from the pregnancy, how I looked. And now anytime they show old episodes, there's at least a dozen people online. They're like, oh my God, she's pregnant again. She's having another baby. She's kind of like,
I just noticed your hair was a lot darker back then.
It was because I wasn't dyeing my hair because I was pregnant. Right. Yeah. So I wasn't dyeing it or straightening it because I was trying to be, eco-friendly for the baby. And
sure.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So 12-pound baby, that was something. And then the other ones actually were much more remarkable because the 12-pounder was a week late. The other ones were early and they were 10 pounds. So they would have been even bigger. Did I have to get licensed in Connecticut? Good question. I did not. No, because I'm not actually practicing law in Connecticut. I'm just sitting there to be on an arbitration panel. So I did not have to get licensed in Connecticut to do that. Did Laura Owens make me pregnant? Good question, Gilda.
Oh.
No, she did not.
It would be the other way around, yes?
What's that? What I mean?
Like it would be the other way around, if anything.
Yeah, probably. I don't even want to think about that. What would straightening hair do to a baby? Oh, I'm talking about the chemical straightening, some of the chemical straightenings, and the answer is probably nothing. But I tried to eliminate what I could that I didn't absolutely need to do. Sure. And before I had to be on TV, if I had like extra frizzy hair, I had extra frizzy hair. It didn't really matter. Rebecca Simmons asked a good question. Was I diabetic? That's what they all thought after the first baby came out. And so they ran a bunch of diabetes tests when I had my second pregnancy. I went straight to the 4-hour test. I did it twice. I was not even close to being diabetic. So no, I just have enormous babies. So wait a minute, Maple Bear and I probably know each other because I live in Sherman Oaks as well, Maple Bear. So we probably
Maple Bear, Donna.
Maple Bear, my husband might be in this chat. I just don't even know it.
Your husband better not watch my YouTube channel and be like, who are you friends with?
No. But I will. My husband would definitely not be in this chat. My husband has the day off today, and when he remembered that our nanny was not, because it's Veterans Day and he's a teacher. When he remembered that our nanny wasn't coming, he lost it this morning. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go watch the baby." So anyway, he's not in this chat. I guarantee it. He's a wonderful dad. My husband is a fabulous father. He's so wonderful. He's so good with the children. He spends a lot of time with them because of my job. And he just didn't remember. So he was just kind of like, wait, I thought I was going to have a day off.
I didn't know today was a holiday. So
yeah, it is. It's Veterans Day. So like courts are closed, schools are closed.
Yep.
Yeah. So my office is not closed. YouTube clearly not closed. Everybody likes Beyond the Bench. Yeah.
I've seen worse things come out of Bruce today. So,
Sherman Oaks. That's where Scrubs filmed. It sure is. Yeah. All these, I grew up around here. So the kind of, I know a lot of these people that run in these circles, just by virtue of having lived here my whole life. My husband teaches what? He teaches high school English. There's actually a great episode that came out recently on Hot Bench with a high school English teacher who was renting out a home and being a landlord to people that would otherwise be homeless, and was doing way too nice, and was being way too nice and trying way too hard. And I think everybody on that set who knew my husband was like, is this your husband? Like with a mustache? Like, he was like trying way too hard to do way too much, and he just reminded me a lot of my husband. Someone asked if my children come with me over the summer to film. Good question. So no, but my children, my older two go to summer camp for a month. So they go to camp in Maine for a month while I'm filming. And during that time, my husband and the baby came out.
That's when we did like something with Megan when you were out there. I remember because you were like downstairs or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there's no really downstairs.
Whatever that was.
Yeah.
Somewhere. You were somewhere else.
Probably. Yeah. Okay. I probably went to the studio or something because I have a little apartment there that isn't really big enough for like filming and having a crazy 3-year-old run around and scream. And yeah.
Were you with your in-laws? I remember that.
That's right. Oh, that's right. No, okay. So yes, I remember that. I remember that really well. I was at my brother and sister-in-law's. My husband's two brothers both live back east. They're both I love both of my husband's brothers, and they both have wonderful wives and they have wonderful children. So we went, and one of them lives in New Jersey, quite close. So we were visiting them in New Jersey with my husband's mother while you guys were doing the fundraiser. And I think I popped on, and I love my in-laws. I love them so much, but I was like, this community is a little odd. And like having like Lauren and Megan and all these folks doing like bingo, Laura Owens bingo. I was like, I'm not going to do this.
When you start a phrase with "this community is odd," the first name I want to hear is Lauren.
No, I said this community is awesome. Is what I said. I said awesome.
Like, no, that tracks.
I said it was awesome.
I think you're lying to me, but all right.
No, but it's like a little out there, And if you're not accustomed to it, I was like, I'm not going to do this in the kitchen. Just going to let them no. So I went downstairs to their basement. Maybe I did say odd, Big Tiff Dog. Maybe I did.
She totally
I meant
did.
to say it's awesome, but odd.
No, it came out. It was her subconscious. She's like, oh shit, did I say that out loud? Oh no.
Eternity Jeopardy. Yes, that's what it was. And I was just kind of like, and by the way, they ended up like listening all about the case, and they thought it was super interesting and loved it. I was just like, I'm not sure. I'm like staying here with them for a night. I'm just like not sure if I want to be sitting in their kitchen, like letting all of this, I was kind of like, I'm just going to go do a little YouTube down in the basement.
Dude, I don't think
right. I remember that. Yeah, that was at my brother and sister-in-law's house.
That would go terribly. Like actually terribly.
What is Quiplash?
It's kind of like it's a game we would play. Me and Bruce would play it a lot with other people. It's like almost like a Mad Libs / like Cards Against Humanity combined. It's interesting, but it gets a little weird.
So. And Cards Against Humanity, doesn't it always get weird?
Well, you make up your own answers, so it gets a little weirder than that.
Okay. So do we still do Quiplash, you guys? Does that still happen?
It's been a minute. I'll have to think about it. My parents used to join us a lot. So.
Oh, I like your mother.
Yeah, she's they're doing some conference thing out in London. She does like hypnotherapy shit, so she goes to all these kinds of, and my dad just kind of tags along. So
yeah. No, we love those. We love Cards Against Humanity, Quiplash, yes. Agreed. We love all those too. I like code names too. That's a favorite.
Code names.
Yeah. You guys know code names?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so you have like a board and there's a bunch of words on it, right? Just like I don't know, stone, Mexico, black, like all sorts of words. And some of them are assigned to each of two teams.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're supposed to get your team to guess which ones are yours by linking as many of them as you can using one word.
Huh.
Yeah, it's really good. It's hard. It's really hard.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to like put something in front of me or I won't totally understand it. You know
yeah, that's why I'm saying go look it up, code names.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, what we like to play is we play Mafia. So I do family camp every summer with the same families. It's for UCLA alums. My husband went to UCLA, and we go up to the
I think you told me something like that. You go to
and now we go for Thanksgiving too. And it's basically like adult summer camp.
Yeah.
My personal criteria for a good vacation is somebody else watches your children. That's my like when they get older, I'm really looking forward to doing stuff with my children. But like, I'm sorry, it's not a vacation for me if I have to watch my 3 children. It's just not. So if my children can have lots of fun and I can have fun, that's a freaking vacation. Sure. So we play Mafia and it gets intense. So anyway, I'm trying to get them to take me on Traders, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
I've never seen that. I'm sure about it. So
yeah, there's some holes in how they've translated it to television. That's my big problem with it. Huh. But yeah, Emily D. Baker on YouTube. I have not seen her, but I will check her out.
She's okay. I don't know. I don't really follow the things that she follows, but she seems okay. I mean, I've subscribed to her, whatever. Has your mom done hypnotherapy on you? I refuse. Okay. No. Sorry, it's a touchy subject. She keeps trying.
Would she do it on me?
If you asked her to, yes.
Oh, what could she like use it for?
What do you? I don't know. She does like fear flying, stuff like that, like kind of crazy, like sports stuff. What else? Again, smoking cessation. You don't smoke.
Wait, what was the last one you said? Cessation? No.
Yeah, for smoking. You don't smoke.
I don't smoke.
No.
No.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. You don't have enough problems. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, I have plenty of problems. I just think they're beyond hypnotherapy. I think that's the problem.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, come on. I had to be able to say that. Equala says terrified of spiders. I am like irrationally terrified of bugs.
Did I tell you the
I scream and run like a crazy person?
The wheelchair with the spider? You know this one?
No.
Okay. I broke my foot jumping on the bed in the 5th grade.
No, I didn't know this.
And then I was on crutches, and then I saw a spider hanging from the ceiling one day at school, and I started run crutching, and then I fell and broke my other foot. So
that's what I would do.
I ended up in a wheelchair because I was running away from a spider on crutches. Yeah,
I mean, that's sad. That's really funny, also. Yeah. Yes, I'm horribly afraid of bugs, and I like try to keep it from my children so that they don't do it. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, I finally like sat my older one down and explained to him like what a phobia is, right? Like an irrational fear.
Is it that bad?
I was like, yeah. Okay. Like when we swim, if there's a bee, I like dive under the water and like start screaming. So one day it was because of the swimming. I decided to explain to him that I had like a phobia of bees, irrational fear of bees. Mm-hmm. And so after this whole long talk, it was my 10-year-old who was at the time was probably like 6. Mm-hmm. He goes, he's like listening. He's like, okay, I get it. And then the next time a bee came, he like started screaming and running. And I was like, what's going on? He's like, I'm going to choose bees as my phobia too. I was like, I'm choosing bees also. That'll be my phobia too.
You guys ever seen those?
Can she cure back pain? If she can cure back pain.
Huh?
By the way,
No,
you can't
my
have
mom's
a phobia.
not a witch. She just.
Hold on, I have to address what One Checkers is saying. One Checkers is saying I have a phobia of stupid people. You do not, because a phobia is an irrational fear.
Mm.
I find that to be totally rational.
They have these crazy pincher bugs here. These like they're like this big, and they swim in the pool with you, and they have like these big pinchers.
No.
We get like an infestation of them like once a year, and that was always my worst one, I think.
No,
we
have
have like
all bugs.
We have like gators and snakes and shit out here. I'm just like, no pincher bugs though. No pincher bugs.
No, all that stuff scares me. Whenever I see those people on like the shows that like have the head and the thing with the like cockroaches and stuff, like you could have $10 billion. I wouldn't physically be able to do it. Like I would try to. I couldn't do it.
I still think about sharks in the swimming pool.
Oh yeah, I think I'd be okay with sharks. If I was like in a cage.
No, there's no cage at the swimming pool. Okay, and no
Why would
sharks
you-
either. But
Why would you have a shark in a swimming pool? That's just dumb.
I don't.
No, I'm just
Judging.
saying.
Well,
Okay, sorry.
no. It was the tarps. The tarps will bother me because it's so dark under there. You know those like big things they'll pull over the pool to keep it
Yeah,
warm in the winter.
The pool
Okay.
covers. Yeah.
So we would have to swim under these giant, thick tarps because they were like 50-meter pools, and so they were huge and like so dark under there, like pitch black. And I was like, "There's something under there that's gonna kill me."
Wait, why were you swimming under? That's so dangerous.
No. We weren't swimming under them. We would only take off part of it. So you would take off like say like a third.
I mean, my son has to do that for water polo. They have to put the tarps back on at the end of water polo practice.
You would take off like a third of the tarps, and you would leave the other 6 of them on or whatever.
Oh, see, they
and
won't
then-
let them do that. They won't let them swim with a pool anymore. It's like now that we're like, I mean, I feel like now we're much more like we don't do shit that was dangerous that we used to do in life. They won't let them swim in those pools until all the tarps are off.
Oh no, we didn't do that. No.
Yeah. And then they sometimes have to cover them again and trying to get a bunch of 10-year-old boys who have just had a 2.5-hour water polo practice to put the tarps back on.
I would hide under the farthest one in the corner until everyone was done putting them back on, and I would just go
Oh
out.
shit. Yeah, no. Now they're like afraid that you might drown or something, you know.
Drowning was never the concern. It was the sharks. The sharks were the concern.
Yeah, that's weird.
Thank you.
Yeah, no offense.
Fence taken.
We got mayflies. I don't even want to know what mayflies are. Oh, you have a new member. That's exciting.
That's cool. And then somebody gave 10.
By the way, Green Bay Packers. Oh, they've been
So nice,
killing
guys.
us.
Thank you. Bruce is a
Oh,
Packers
that's
fan.
fun.
What happened to the Packers?
Oh, they've just been like they've had a couple big losses that have screwed a lot of people in the survivor pool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks. I guess
Yeah.
not for you though, because you're doing okay.
No, I mean I've lost an entry or two on them a while back.
Well, we gave up 26 unanswered points in the fourth quarter the other day, so I'm super happy about that.
Who's we? The Jags?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
we lost after it was like a 20-something to I don't know lead, but it's
Wait,
so
Bruce
bad.
the Moose says, "Damn it, Rachel," without any context. What does that mean?
Something about the Packers. I'm
Oh,
sure.
I don't have anything against them. I'm just saying they've had a couple losses that really.
I don't
hurt.
think he wanted the reminder.
Sorry, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks. Woohoo! All right. Well, everybody needs to cheer for the Patriots. Me at Dave and Buster's this weekend, like with my son who's having his birthday party. And on the one hand, I'm like,
Is your kid's birthday?
listening-
Why did I feel like all of your birthdays were in May?
No. He went to a birthday party.
Oh, okay. I was about to
He
say.
attended a birthday party.
You were like,
And-
you were saying you had like a month of birthdays. So like, okay. Well, that was
We have, so it's, yeah, we have 2 of my kids are 5 days apart with their birthdays
okay.
in March. So that kind of sucks.
Oh, it's March.
10-year-olds in water polo. That's only for high school kids in Northern California. It's Southern California, actually. Yeah. So my son started playing water polo when he was 8. Oh boy, is it a lot. It's really fun though. It's a really fun sport. I have to tell you, I've been watching for a little bit over a year. I still, for the life of me, don't understand the rules. Like, I still am like, he's trying to drown him. Why is that not against the rules? And like, some of the other moms are like me, and then the other moms are like, have you not learned this yet? And we're like, no, we haven't. I don't understand why this drowning is okay and this drowning is not.
There's different types of drowning people.
Yes. And apparently it has to do like, if you're holding the ball,
Which one is the criminal kind?
if you're not, the criminal kind is not holding the ball.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're holding the ball, you can apparently do whatever you want. Yeah. Someone says, my son is in hockey and it's full-time, man. Yeah, water polo is 11 months out of the year. And it's a lot.
Did you ever play water polo? No. So my 5th year of eligibility, is your phone going off? Do you need to get that? You can get it.
No, I just checked it. I'm good.
Okay. No, I didn't. My 5th year of eligibility, like after you finish your 4 years in NCAA, at least at the time, and it's been like 10 years now. If you had a 5th, like you could have a 5th year basically to do another sport. Like you have to complete your eligibility within 5 years. So I thought about it my first year of grad school, and then I went and I like did the tryout thing, and I was just like, I feel too old for this at this point. And I was only like 22. So it really would have been fine, but I don't know. I just wanted to study and at that point, like move on with my life. So no, I did not. But I thought about it was a thing. So I probably would have been good at that. But
oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh man, it is. Yeah, life is a lot. Let's see. Someone that's my special Canadian lady. I'm so confused. I lost. See, when you lose track of the chat for 1 second, that's it.
Wait. Is he telling you that is his special Canadian lady friend? I don't see Sarah here, so I don't know what he's talking about. He has a YouTube girlfriend, not me, someone else.
Oh,
so I was like looking for her, but no, she's not here.
Oh, skiing and snowboarding is the best.
I can't do either one of those. I went sledding. Okay, I went sledding in Austria, and I cried the entire way down. So I can't.
We ski in my house, and just not. I mean, we're from Southern California, so not well, but we go skiing.
Yeah. No, I'm too scared. I feel like I'll like do a split by accident or something.
Yeah.
Or also just like, oh, there you are. Hi, Sarah. Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. Snowboarding either. Dude, you can seriously like if you need to like take off and get your phone.
I'm good. I promise I'll tell you.
I ditched you for like 5 minutes, so if you want to.
No, I'm totally good. I'm looking. The water polo team was absolutely the most gorgeous of human specimens. Yeah, ours are only 10 right now, so we're not there yet. But yeah, it certainly is a good workout. Water polo is a fantastic workout. So they get very. How do the horses not drown? Yeah. So no skiing. I'm excited to get back skiing. I haven't skied for a while because of my back. I had back surgery a year and a half ago. Major back surgery. I had artificial discs put in my back. So I haven't been skiing in 2 years.
I didn't realize
I'm excited to get back though. Yeah. Shout out to all the sports parents out there, man. It is hard, and they're all, I love hearing from different parents. I talked to a mom over the weekend who was a fencing mom, and I love hearing all about, they're all hard in their own ways, and it's just different difficulties, but like anybody whose kid plays a sport seriously, it is such a commitment in like 6 or 7 different ways. And I love hearing about how they're all different, but hard and easy in different ways, and the good and bad things. I'm happy with water polo because he's not playing tackle football. And that was how we got there. He wanted to play tackle football. And I said, play water polo for a year first because I couldn't deal with it. And so, and by the way, Koala says competitive dance, cheerleading. I count those as sports too. My daughter does ice skating, not competitively. She just does lessons once or twice a week, but all of those things count as far as I'm concerned as sports. Sure. And I do love being a sports mom. I really do. It is just hard. It's a lot in different ways.
Ice skating is fucking hard, dude. I tried.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Yo, somebody tried to take me on a date ice skating like 3 or 4 years ago, and I was like, "Are you trying to kill me?" Because
that would be a terrible date.
It hurt my shins so bad.
Terrible date.
And I don't know if it's obviously I'm doing it wrong, right? But I don't know. I was like, I don't know how you do this. I went around one time. I was like, I will literally sit here and watch you ice skate.
It's a terrible date. I don't know why we would ever go there.
Yeah,
somebody says Emily D. Baker played water polo.
Wait, what?
Somebody says Emily D. Baker played water polo. That's so interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, no, we parents, we do everything. And yes, back pain and parenting are the 2 worst things ever. Okay, hold on. Brittany, someone took my cousin curling on a first date. My life goal is to become a professional curler. It's all I want to do in life. I think curling is the coolest thing ever. Oh my gosh, Jerry has had lumbar fusions. So my shout out to anybody who's had a fusion. My understanding is it's so much worse than artificial discs. It's so hard, and chronic pain is so hard. Right. I love how we're talking about like back surgery, then kids sports. They're both like the worst things in life. No, I'm just kidding. They're both very difficult. But for anybody who's considering an artificial disc replacement surgery, I highly recommend it. It's been amazing. And I think back surgeries get a bad rap because of how difficult fusions are. Yeah. Amy has had a fusion at L5S1. Mm-hmm. Fusions are so difficult to recover from. Like I know I can't even imagine, because I did artificial disc replacement recovery, which was very hard. And I had 2 put in, L5S1 and L4L5. And I really needed L3L4, but they can't do 3. So, yeah. And I think people assume that they're similar, but the artificial disc replacement is actually a lot easier than the fusions. So shout out to the people that have been through fusions. It is bad. How much better is my pain? A lot better.
Sorry, I did something over here. It's like flashing in my face.
Yeah. So okay. And by the way, the cervical discs, I also hear are harder too. You know, I mean, my love and shout out to everybody who has had these surgeries, who hasn't had them and is still in pain. Like, chronic pain is no joke. And I think once you kind of get into that, once you start talking, there are more people who experience that than we know. And it's hard. And I think a lot of people don't talk about it. And it's kind of, especially, not that men don't have it too, but I think especially women, we like to like pretend we're not in pain, and it's a lot. So anybody who's going through surgery, recovery, chronic pain, you know, there's a lot more of us out there than we think there are, but it's so hard. And I my love to all of you guys, because I know how, I feel like I had one of the least bad chronic pains of a lot of people, but then people are like, don't say that, you know, it's different for everybody, but it's so hard to live through.
That sounds pretty bad.
But I am a fan, having gone through it, of the artificial disc replacement. I'm really glad I did it. That's my 2 cents. Different for everybody. You can't make recommendations, but I'm really glad I did it. So I wish I could respond to all of you saying that you've had these. I just can't read fast enough.
No,
because I know
you're paying way more attention to people talking than most people do. So.
Good. I'm so glad. Yeah. So my love to all of you guys, because it's the worst. It's the worst, but we're all here together. There's a lot of us. Yeah. Lauren, what else do you want me to talk about? I feel like I've covered my whole life.
No, you could.
No, there's a lot more. Are you kidding me?
You could do this for like 5 hours. I would sit here.
I could. I love to talk. It's true.
That's great though. That's great.
What did you just say? Did you say like, yes, she does love to talk?
No, I said it's great. Aww. I wasn't being sarcastic. No,
you're sweet.
No, I love you. I like hearing about you.
Yeah, no, it's, you know, we all have our own.
Yeah.
When we were all going through, when the pandemic was going, everybody was saying like, you know, oh, we're all in the same boat. No, we're not in the same boat, but we're all in the same ocean. Right. And then we all have different boats. Right. So that's like, you know, we've all got something going on, but we all have different boats. So it's all different for everybody.
I was on a doom buggy during the pandemic.
Let's see. Brittany says, what did you say?
So I was on a doom buggy. I don't know about boats, but I was doing something else.
I know. Brittany says, how did you move Reality Steve? I'll tell you the answer to that, because it's a good answer. So in law school, my roommate and I used to read his spoilers for The Bachelor, like on a website. Like we watched The Bachelor. I was like, there's a guy who spoils it. We have to like read the spoilers, right? And I didn't like know that he like had I stopped watching The Bachelor a lot of years ago. I didn't know he had like a podcast and stuff. I didn't know that world continued.
It wasn't really a thing until what, 5-6 years ago. So
I have no idea. But like after law school, I didn't watch The Bachelor anymore. So I didn't care for the spoilers anymore. But I was doing some commenting on a restraining order that one of the contestants, Devin, got. And I like did some commentary on like Inside Edition or something for it. And I was looking for background on the story. And I Googled it, and his thing was the first that popped up. And I was like, oh my God, this is the guy whose spoilers I used to read. And now he has a podcast. And I listened to it among a couple of other things. And I thought he did a really good job covering it. I think he got like a lot of things right that other people didn't understand. But he also didn't totally understand, as nobody did. He understood it better than most, how like the restraining order process works, because it's kind of screwed up. And so I just emailed him and I was like, hey, I used to like read your spoilers 100 years ago. I saw this video you did. If you ever like want someone to explain to you the restraining order process, I'm happy to do it. Like, boom, period, goodbye. I don't even know what prompted me to do it that day. And he like actually emailed me back. I was like, yes, please. Yes, please. And that was the beginning of the end for me.
The beginning of the end. I don't think we're there yet.
No, that was what led to all of this, because I went on and he wanted to do it. I said I would just give him the background off air. I didn't even really care. And he said, do you want to come on and talk about it? I said, sure. And I did. And then at the end of this talk, we had a great talk. He said, oh, I want you to come back on and talk about the Laura Owens, like Clayton case. And I was like, well, what is that? And he said, well, there was The Bachelor and he got somebody pregnant. And I was like, oh, I remember that, hearing about that. And then and all I knew at the time wasn't she actually not pregnant? That was all I remembered possibly hearing.
Yeah.
Like I did not follow it at all. And he said, oh my God, you have no idea what you're getting into. And so he sent me a Megan Fox video.
Right.
And the trial video for Laura. And literally 10 minutes into Megan Fox's video, I emailed him and I was like, I'm in, send me everything. I'm in. Yeah. And that was the beginning of the end, really, because when he told me how much stuff there was out there about this, I was like, I'm not even going to do this. Like no chance I can watch 50 hours of videos and stuff.
Right.
And that was it. Does Hot Bench or CBS want you not to comment on it? No, they're pretty good. They're pretty good about, I give them a heads up when I'm talking about stuff, but they're pretty good. They're pretty respectful about me kind of going out there and talking about legal issues. And, I love working. They're great. They're great bosses. So, yeah. Yes. Once Dingus became involved, it got so much crazier. So I hear he was already involved, I think, by the time so when I got involved, the trial was already finished. So he was definitely already involved.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't get involved till literally a year ago.
Well,
he was like last October.
3 months before the actual trial happened. So he wasn't around much longer before you were, but he did a lot of damage in a little bit of time. So
no, so I didn't get involved until after the trial was over.
Right. Yeah. So yeah.
So that's my origin story as someone observed. Yeah. It was actually, I'm so glad I did it. I'm so glad I did it, because I don't even know what prompted me to do it. But I think it was that I had seen some podcasts where they just got everything wrong about restraining orders. And I just kind of felt compelled to tell this random dude who I remembered from 10 years earlier, like reading his spoiler blog, like, hey, you did a pretty good job covering this. Like, I'm really impressed compared to all the other people that are getting it all wrong. That's kind of it. Boom. End of story. And now I'm beating him in gambling pools. I hope he's listening to me right now.
I don't know. I can't comment on that. I don't think that's Steve. I'm not really Steve's type of channel to watch. I'm not most people's, but
I don't know that that's true. We're getting you to the party this year,
dude. Sounds like
it's so funny how in this world it's like a web, but it's not completely interconnected, right? Like that's why I had been so hoping I could come yesterday, because I was like, I feel like I've talked around Clayton forever, but I've never actually talked to him, and it's like everybody's connected to everybody, but then there are a couple people who are like, I still don't know. I still haven't talked to that person ever. And, so it's, but you all know of each other, and I'm kind of like the little interloper.
No, I don't really know.
Dave and Steve work hard to try to get it right. Yes, they do. I think I'm a big fan of Dave and Steve, and then they led me to all you guys. The people that, by the way, were getting it all wrong was nobody in this community. It was people, Bachelor people. Nobody related to this stuff in any way. It was people covering the Bachelor case with the restraining order. So nobody that you guys, nobody in this orbit. So I don't know. I'm so excited. And really, the worst thing, by the way, Brittany, the interview with Clayton was great yesterday. Lauren, what did I tell you? Before we went live, I was like, Lauren, that interview with Clayton was really great. I haven't finished it, but it was really good. And she was like, oh, Clayton's so great. I was like, you are so great. You both are so great.
Good guy.
Yes. And I really think that Clayton doesn't, I think, the community doesn't get enough credit ever because there's so much credit that the community deserves that you could never get enough. Oh, go ahead and answer that, and then I'll say what I have to say about Clayton.
He smells like a man, which is the same thing I said when people asked me how Omar smelled. He smells like I don't want to fuck him. I don't know why you guys keep asking me these questions. I'm sorry. Like women are asking me these questions all the time. I'm like, Anyways, moving on.
No, I think people don't get enough. I think Clayton doesn't get enough credit for the fact that I think a lot of people in his position might not have been willing to just dump it all out there, and I think picking Clayton as a victim was a mistake, because had she not picked somebody with national attention, none of this might ever have come to light. But also I can imagine a lot of people in Clayton's position wanting to hide and not become friends with Mike and Greg, and not wanting to support other victims, not wanting to be so transparent and, sharing their story and helping others. So I think even had she chosen someone else with national attention who wasn't as open, it also might not have worked out this way. So that's what I've always wanted to say to Clayton. I think Clayton has not gotten enough credit, not only for the national attention brought, but for accepting it and being open about it so that this community could kind of be formed, as opposed to saying, it's kind of embarrassing, a lot of this stuff at first. Like, somebody's claiming I got them pregnant and I won't take responsibility. A lot of people in his position could have not. I mean,
nobody really wants to have to, have that attached to them. So
no, I know of course not. And I think he's done a lot. And I know that, I haven't talked a lot to Greg, but I've talked to Mike. Mike is so grateful for Clayton as a friend and as a person, he's so glad to, have him in his life. And so I think that the fact that Clayton was willing to kind of have this around him when he could have just said, everybody stay away from me, I don't want to talk about it, has been huge for the community. So, yeah.
The smell question is weird. The smell question is weird. Wait, sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was going to say, I feel like you have all these weird things in your head that you're dying to say and are not saying for my benefit. But you're just talking about how weird the smell questions are.
No, that's absolutely true. There's so much. So.
Yeah.
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 What time is it?
Big Tiff Dog says she was impressed with Clayton representing himself in court. So was I. He was really impressive.
Yeah.
Representing himself in court. And one of the things I've also said is, had he not filled out his paperwork requesting fees and filled out his responsive paperwork the way he did, none of us would be here also. So yeah. Hold on one second. All right. I am probably reaching that point.
No, you're good.
I have so I have victim number one could probably do good if he would come forward. I leave that to victim number one. I can't imagine how hard it would be in this circumstance to decide how to handle this and where victim number one is in his life.
No. So how many years do you think it's been? Over 10? You want to blow up your life like that after you moved on from it finally? I don't blame the guy.
So yeah. So look,
I won't use his name. I know that sometimes other people do. It's not my thing.
I only know a first name. I won't say the first name. I completely respect. And I don't know anything else. I know very little. But it is. I completely understand and respect it. Right. He would have the love and support of the community if he'd ever decided to come forward. But if he doesn't, I respect that just as much as deciding to. I can't.
Mhm.
You know, I can't imagine
No, that's
how hard this must be.
I wouldn't.
And
I-
look,
yeah.
getting to talk to, Lauren, you must know from talking to Clayton, and I know from getting to know Mike that it impacts their lives in ways that we can't even imagine. I wouldn't have even guessed at first. Relationships with other people, relationships with one's family, work. I mean, all these things you wouldn't even initially imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Mm. No, I don't fault anyone for that. I don't think if he doesn't want to do it, I don't think he should have to do it. So.
Yeah.
I have someone else coming on in 50 minutes. So
who's coming next?
Alex is coming. He's my friend from home.
And what does Alex do?
He's a lawyer here.
Oh, cool. What is he going to talk about?
Well, I'm just gonna have him read some stuff, and he doesn't know anything about it.
Is this what's happening next?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Lauren, I know what Lauren has coming next. God bless you for doing all of this. But you need a break before you get into that. So I'm gonna.
No, I would let you sit here and talk all day. I swear to God.
I love that. So I have to go watch a performance of something that my daughter is doing in Wicked.
Okay.
She's at a 1-day camp, and they're insisting on having a performance at the end of it.
Yeah.
But that means somebody has to go. That means mom.
Yeah. All right. Stay put for a minute. I'll end this, but if I can do this, I don't know what happened here, but something fucked up with it should let me end it now. Yeah, we're good.